Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the show of shows with the guys of guys. There's three black guys on your screen right now who are respectable. Please don't be afraid of us. We're not going to drop the N-bomb. We have jobs. We're good guys. We're some of the good ones. All right? You're tuning into What's Good America. I am that downright lovable, huggable, diversity hire himself, C. Turner. And I just want to say, hey, welcome to the show. And my right-hand man on my left-hand side, my left-hand man on my right-hand side, the diabolical, the sinister, the biggest hater this side of Buck Nasty, James, Big Game, Madison, Walton, the third. What's going on, big dog?
Hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, but I hate your guts. I wish all the bad things happen to you and nobody else. And I gotta leave now because I gotta go home and put some water in Buck Nasty, Mama Dish. Silky John Stin. Hey, I don't know how the screen is configured, but man, this guy's on my left side. And we got a wardrobe change. You guys know who he is. And you see, I don't know if the name, Chris, I don't ever know. Do the names show up when we be doing these videos?
Yeah, they show up. They show up.
Okay, I don't ever know because sometimes it just, we gotta just talk, but this is the perfect segue. Somehow he's a Raiders fan.
Somehow.
Director Mike Bazemore, the floor is yours. Explain how a guy with a 267 area code loves a team that was based out here in the Bay and now has a 702 area code. Break it down for us like a fraction.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I love all my hometown teams, professional teams and my college teams right there based in Philly. That's first and foremost. But in football, it's the only sport I have a favorite team. Go ahead. What's up?
You just
like
interrupted them that fast.
I know, but you like Villanova?
In basketball, yeah. What you mean, Kerry Kittles? What you mean? Kerry Kittles, Kyle Lowry. What you mean? Yeah, I like Villanova. Yes, I do. Yeah, I like all my hometown teams. But football is the only sport where I have a favorite team. And the reason being is if you have older siblings, you want to be like your older siblings, do everything that they do, like everything that they like. So my cousin, Tyrone Gordon, shout out to my cousin Ty. That's my day one, but it's my brother. We've known each other since I was born. He's 2 years older than me, right? And we grew up together, right next door to each other. So growing up, when I was introduced to sports, to football, he liked the Raiders. That was his favorite team. So naturally, that's big bruh, because I like the Raiders. So it's a family connection. So therefore, everybody can kiss my, you know what, when I say I got two teams. They're in different conferences. They're on different coasts. They're in different time zones. So, and the fact of the matter is, if you like Jamie Foxx as being a dual and triple threat that can sing, that can act, and is a comedian, God damn it, you like Mike Bazemore for having two teams. See how I bring that around? America, I make sense. I make sense. I make sense. I am the Jamie Foxx of the football world.
I try to get along with him.
First and foremost,
I just hate him.
Can we talk about just how aggressive that just got into his soul? He censored himself within that.
He was so pleasant.
And so pleasant. Once he got to the foxhole, he was like, you know what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm all good. Brian Clark still has his job at ESPN. He ain't losing over some stuff that he's saying right now. This is 2022. So I love that explanation, Baze, because I've heard that. We've talked about that. And I love that we're able to put that on the air. And the reason why we actually have to put that on the air is because, Chris, we've been doing this show 2 years, some change now.
Yeah.
This is our most frequented guest. He's basically kind of, you know what I'm saying?
He's the third member.
He's the third member. Like he really is, you know. And we're at a point where both his teams are, what do they say, like when it's crime? You're a person of interest.
Mm-hmm.
You committed a crime. Let me tell you something about the Oakland Raiders. The same way I feel about the Philadelphia offense, multiply that times 2.5 about the Raiders offense. Oh my God, the Devontae Adams trade, period. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. There is no denying how good that guy is. And you guys have experienced it in your own life. That's why my name is basically says, wishes he was Devontae Adams. Because I wish that my impact would have been in the higher level league. Because I understand what he has already done to that franchise. Darren Waller's like,
Can't double them.
Hunter Renfro's like, well, shit, they're going to forget I'm even here.
100 catches.
9 touchdowns. Did you guys know that Hunter Renfro and Travis Kelce had the same amount of touchdowns last year?
Did you guys know that Hunter Renfro is 713 years old?
Hey. And out there hanging with Channing Crowder at the strip club right now.
Just God.
Shout out to Pippen. I'm shouting out to Pippen every podcast we do with Bruno. I love Channing. I love Freddie T, and I love Ryan Clark. I love them guys.
Something wrong with that boy. Channing Crowder's a fool. Something wrong with that.
I love Channing, man.
Something wrong with that boy.
Hey, listen, we've made it when we get on the pivot. But I'm gonna put it to you this way. Offensively, they are a nuclear bomb. What I wouldn't give to be the wide receiver on the other side of Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro with Darren Waller right there. And then let's not forget who's in the backfield. And he's playing for a contract. Stop it. And it gets me right to where we don't like to do this because I am with 2 defensive linemen that have made their names and their livings killing this position. But I'm just going to lead with Derek Carr. And I think Derek Carr has been a guy that has had some tough circumstances come. When they made their run in 2016, he breaks his leg. That team was really, really good that year. And how different do they look if Derek Carr plays all the way through that? And the truth of it is they have a solid defense. I love Philadelphia's defense way more.
Obviously.
But this is the AFC. And the one thing that we can see is become the true trend of the AFC. There are a lot of teams that have some dynamic offenses. And at the end of the day, they're going to beat you. Just flat out by saying, you can't stop us. And that's why we're talking about this team. Because this might be the most unstoppable offense based on the pedigree of the quarterback, the pedigree of the skill positions, and the solidarity of O-linemen that's there. And that's why they are I love you, babe. I'll see you in bed in a minute. This is why they are a team of interest. I'm now going to pass it to my 2 studs here, whoever would like to integrate first, the guy that's so glad that John Gruden is gone, or the guy that is a West Coast fan with an East Coast accent. Jump in.
I'm glad Gruden gone too.
I couldn't give you both the name. I knew that was a fact.
You know what? I'll hop in real quick. I'll be the hater. I don't mind it. So AFC, just like Bill Russell said, this game has always been about buckets. In the AFC, this game is all about touchdowns. As good as the Raiders have gotten, so did the rest of that damn division. Don't get me wrong, Devontae is I feel like calling him a beast is just like it's not saying enough. Generational talent is not saying enough. Like he's the receiver. Like he's the I'm always open. Like he's open, period. But at the same time, coming back true to nature, San Diego got them bitches down now. and I don't mean the females. Their defense is coming. Like I like their front four. I love their secondary. Do I feel like they can score with everybody? On the right day, possibly. I don't fear Denver. Like I feel like Danger Russ will do what he does and does what he do. I don't fear Denver though. And then you got Las Vegas Raiders, which, like I said, I'm not as sold on their quarterback as everybody else. Like I think he's good. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. Maybe the numbers might prove me wrong, but I'm speaking from pure emotion and being a hater. I think he's good. He's not great. Like he has potential. He's shown potential. I just don't see him as the guy. Like he's no comparison to Ron. So, and I feel like your boy's gonna figure that out by game 4. Like, okay, well, he's not as cavalier and playing it dangerous like Ron would. Because if Aaron Rodgers, you got one step on your boy, he letting the bitch go, like instantly. Like, oh well, yeah, you should catch this. Boom. And then who's left in that division? It's San Diego. Who did I miss out on?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. I'm sorry. The Kansas City Chiefs, who revamped their wide receiver position, I'm not saying that Juju and Tyreek are the same player. I'm not. That's literally apples and oranges. But you got Patty Mahomes. You got Juju. Like, I feel like Juju is.
Would you stop calling him Patty Mahomes? I'm trying to get him on this show. He does not like being called Patty Mahomes.
I like it, though. I like calling him Patty.
His name is Patrick.
Fine. You have Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback.
Thank you.
A generational.
We're trying to make money off this shit, CT. Like, damn.
You got Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback.
Good Lord.
Who is Patrick Gunslinger Mahomes? Like, I know everybody compares him to this person. Like, he's the closest thing to Brett Favre right now, with more speed and probably a better arm.
And less interceptions.
And way less interceptions.
I do like the comparison. It's actually pretty good.
So, like, it's for everything that the Raiders did, the rest of the division did the same thing. So it's hard for me to jump on that bandwagon because everybody else improved astronomically as well.
When it comes to my favorite team, it's always a wait and see. Always a wait and see. We did some good things this offseason, but the rest of the division did some good things as well. And my quarterback, he is good enough to win a Super Bowl, but he's not good enough to get through the gauntlet that he has to get through, if that makes any sense.
It does.
We're going to need a lot of luck. We're going to need a lot of luck with injuries and matchups, especially when we get to the playoffs. So yeah, I'm waiting and seeing. I want to see how the Adams and Carr connection, if they can rekindle or had the same kind of production as in college. I mean, I like how the analysts try to make that connection, but it's like, hey, I don't know. And it seems to be a trend where, because we're seeing college quarterback and wide receiver tandems have success, that's like the new thing for teams to do. But okay, let's try to pair, the wide receiver with the quarterback. And so, oh yeah, that's going to help them out. I don't know how successful that's going to be long term, because we are witnessing, like, I think, generational talents pairing up. When you talk about the Cincinnati and how they're pairing up now, we'll see in terms of Tua and Waddle. I don't know. We'll see. I think we need more. Information. We need more information before we can just jump on that bandwagon and say, oh yeah, pair a college quarterback with their top receiver, they're going to have success. I don't know. We'll see. And obviously, Devontae is a future Hall of Famer. Derek Carr, he's in a Hall of very, very good, not a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Hall of very, very good. But with that being said, you got to go through that gauntlet. You got to play Patty Mahomes twice. I like Patty too. Patty Mel. Patty Mel, yeah.
So we
got to play him twice.
So we just going to get Jackson Mahomes on the show because y'all just don't want to respect the guy. He does not like being called Patty. I have done the research.
Okay, Patrick.
Jackson has more followers than Patty does anyway, so I'll take Jackson.
And then you got the young gun Herbert. He's a young up and coming gun. And they got them dogs up front, like CT said. They coming for you. But then Russell Wilson, he's always going to give a team a puncher's chance. Now, I don't really like him in Denver.
No.
But it's Russell Wilson. He's been doing this since NC State days, Wisconsin days, and he's been turning turnips into lemonade. So I don't know what to tell you. They got a solid defense, a very solid defense. And if you got a solid defense,
you got a chance.
You got a chance. You got a quarterback that can make things happen, a solid running game. He's definitely got a nice receiver out there he can lean on. So I'm intrigued. They're the biggest question mark out of the entire division. I think the other three teams, they're pretty much solidified in terms of what they're going to attack you with, and in terms of their defense. But I think Denver is the biggest question mark because of the Russell Wilson addition. So yeah, it's a wait and see. I'm not exactly sure what to make of my team. Yeah, you love it. You love the Russell Wilson.
I love that you guys jumped into the division because this is perfect. Because obviously Chris and I have on the same stuff, and we made sure the Baconator changed. But this is like the antithesis of what we did the other time. This is one of those divisions this year where you're like, what is going to happen? Because it's one of the, I don't know the other division I can think of. Actually, I can't. The other divisions in that conference. And we'll be talking about a couple teams out of there that I feel like we should be talking about, where you've seen just such crazy movement to where you're like, okay, this is a crapshoot. But this is the biggest crapshoot in the league. Let's start, in my opinion, at the bottom of the team we have. Oh, wait, we talked about it. Let's talk about the next team. Talk about the Denver Broncos. Here's the truth about Russell Wilson. Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton are getting ready to become household names. Everybody forgot that Jerry Jeudy was the best wide receiver at Alabama. It wasn't even close.
He was the one.
Jerry Jeudy, however, was the guy that was stuck with. All right, I'm not going to shit all over everybody, but I move on. That defense at the end of the day was still good. If you don't think Nathaniel Hackett's going to keep some of Vic Fangio's principles with who Vic has been around and the defenses he's coached in all these years, Nathaniel Hackett is not an idiot. He knows Denver's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, he's a Green Bay guy. Like as much as I hate that, he understands what they did. At the end of the day, Denver, they still played defense. They were still competitive through all that with Teddy. All right. Making sure. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Just want to make sure, I got the janky headphones still for another few more weeks. It's rough out here in Northern California, America. We out here broke. Anyway, well, that's Denver. Let's talk about the reigning division just kings. They did not get better.
They didn't get worse.
You both missed. They didn't get better.
I didn't say better. I said everybody else improved.
They didn't get better. You both missed it. If you don't know where this, give me a minute, it's going. Clearly, you know where it's going. But That's what makes this division so much fun if you're a Raiders fan. So I respect your wait and see since it's your favorite team. I wish the Bears were the Raiders right now in this division. Because I'd be like,
y'all got a
Be a
chance.
problem.
You got Justin Fields.
okay,
Right.
I told you.
Now,
I told
why
you.
you going to trigger that, man? Why you going to trigger
I
that?
told
You
you.
know
What
good
did I
and
tell you?
well.
So what I tell you?
You know good and well. He's not high on Justin Fields.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you in the last episode? Didn't I tell you
Justin Fields, though.
I can't stand you right now?
Don't you watch the videos I send you daily about Justin Fields?
Yeah. And as soon as I say it's Justin Fields, I immediately go on to the next reel.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sick and tired of you sending me that shit. For the record, I like him as a person. Like, I'm looking forward. I'll have my Justin Fields episode. You know Chris is going to. I know it's coming.
If Justin Fields mess around and have a breakout year, we're going to have an episode where I'm going to turn my back to you the entire time and talk. That's what I'm going to do.
It's the whole show.
Hey,
the whole show.
Hey, and the best part about it is, Baze, as the only person out of the three of us to admit wrong, I'll be the first guy to say, if Justin Fields this year somehow makes an all-pro team, which would make him the second best quarterback in the league, I'd be very excited and I'd be willing to walk back everything. But like I have told you both, for the last 2 years we've done this show, there's a difference between me and you. You guys like make me the Nick Wright of this show. And I don't understand why y'all make me this guy. You just need to trust me. I don't go all in on things that I don't know. I only get loud about things that I know because I see them. If Northwestern can hold you to 115 passing yards in the Big Ten Championship, that's all I need to see. That's the bottom line. And a matter of fact,
Northwestern
one
there
of
in the
those
first
corners
place.
that was on that team, hey, we do what we do. We beat the shit out of Michigan State when we actually have a squad. It ain't happening this year. I looked at the roster. I was like, anyway. So you get me off topic. Let me get back to the AFC.
I'll let him have his days because,
Anyway, let's just
man. I just like the fact that Northwestern is supplying us with a lot of lawyers and doctors, so they are actually contributing to our society of America. So I appreciate the academic regimen of Northwestern, and so but athletically, come on now. Yeah.
I'll give you that, but I got
a lot of Daniel Jones is coming out of that. A lot of Daniel Jones-esque kind of players coming out of that.
Daniel Jones can't hold Steve Schnurr's jock, okay?
Jeez.
Can't hold Zach Kustak's jock. Can't hold Kane Coulter's jock, Mike Kapta, Trevor Siemian. I could keep going. The list goes on and on. But to end the whole Northwestern debate, as Chris Turner knows the line, it's 3 words that makes everybody have to shut the fuck up when they talk about my school. Oprah went there. Let's move on. Now, here's a team that really does it to me, and they'll get their own episode at some point. It's the Los Angeles Chargers. Because defensively, they've done some phenomenal things. I don't want to overly go into it on a Raiders show, but the Chargers will have their own show. And that's where the hierarchy is. I don't believe it's in Kansas City. I think Kansas City, on the strength of Patrick Mahomes, will be competitive. This conference is gonna be a motherfucker. Like it is. The worst team could be Denver and Russell Wilson, and they could be 9-8. This is gonna be a black and blue. Like it's like whoever gets to 11 first wins. Like they can all beat each other.
Hey, let me hop in on you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I agree with, I was thinking about it. I agree with you. Kansas City didn't get better. But what I will say is that maybe it's the fact that everybody else is caught up. Can we leave it at that? Because I think, Tyreek leaving was big. And
why don't you stay right there?
Go ahead.
Because that is the point. I have argued this on this show 1,000 times. I have been right for 2 years of this show. What have I tried to explain to you with the Raiders shirt, to you with the 20-inch neck, and to the rest of this world? How the NFL works in these days. You have to have 3 viable guys that can get it done. And you know the reason why Kansas City got it done? The year they won the Super Bowl, they had 3 viable guys. Name the guys. No, they had 3 viable guys.
They had Patty.
No. I'm talking about the pass catching core.
So they had Kelsey, they had Tyreek,
and who was
and
the
then
third
they had
guy?
the boy from
Sammy.
My God, Sammy, yeah.
And they won the Super Bowl. Period. The next year after that, who won the Super Bowl?
The Lord and Savior Tom Brady.
Who were his pass catchers? Name them.
The psychopath AB, the boy from A&M. I don't call him by his name because he went to A&M. And then Gronk, and then there was he had a host of actually guys.
And Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
who was a second team All-Pro in one of his first few years. And the team who won last year, name the pass catchers.
At Odell, Robert Woods got hurt, but Odell, Robert Woods, and who was the third guy?
That light skinned boy out there, Cup.
I don't know. The guy that won the Triple Crown.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. God, you're
I'm sorry. Hey.
So here's the bottom line of why I'm bullish on the Raiders. It's
That
all about
light-skinned
having 3 guys that can win one-on-one. Because in the NFL, when you have somebody that is the magnitude of a Tyreek Hill, of a Travis Kelce, of a Cooper Kupp winning the Triple Crown, like he stepped himself into that. When you catch 140 passes for 1,900 yards and 19 touchdowns, you're now in that category. Jamar Chase is in that category at this point. When you have that guy, what have you done to your secondary? Your secondary normally has how many players? Bays,
Hold on, are you comparing Hunter to Cooper Kupp?
No, what I'm trying to do is explain to you why your team has changed the dynamic of the entire league.
It isolates the secondary.
So exactly.
I get that, but come on now.
I'm not comparing anybody to anybody. What I'm telling you is why
I'm like, hold on.
I'm telling you
because
why
they white. Don't be comparing white receivers.
Jesus,
they ain't the same. They ain't the same now.
See, that's when you go automatically. I'm glad my wife. I can't even deal with you. Here's the point I'm making. Do you know what allowed Odell Beckham to be Odell Beckham? Well, that guy caught 143 passes. Who are we going to leave wide open? Because him and Stafford obviously have something. Yeah. There's something here where he can throw to him 175 times, and this guy catches the ball 140, whatever he did, just short of Michael Thomas's record. So Odell's getting who? Odell's getting the second or third best ever, and it's Odell Beckham Jr. At the end of the day, Odell Beckham is one of the most gifted route running, hands catching wide receivers to ever play this game. So
who's
this is
one-on-one with the safety? Yeah, I get you.
Or the third corner, or whatever they're doing. And Van Jefferson, shout out Van Jefferson, did his thing as well throughout that season. This is why I'm so bullish on the Raiders, because now we're talking about Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams last year caught 123 passes. Can you tell me who the number 2 wide receiver was on that team?
Combination of guys.
AJ Dillon.
Bingo.
No, they They rotated.
Bays answered it so
It was like a
correctly.
rotation. Like you can't. It
Alan
was like,
Lazard, Valdez Scantling, Aaron Jones.
yeah, it was the Pips. That's what it was.
So
Last night the
Devontae
Pips.
Adams. So Devontae Adams still catches
It's David
123 passes, which means basically what, Bays? The entire season he was what? At worst, damn near every passing down. What was he?
Oh, they had to double him, but
Now,
he
that's all I
he
need.
killed all
Okay,
that coverage.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's all I need you to do is I'm explaining to you why you should be excited about your team. Sorry to cut you off, Director Basemore. I know I'm very low in the pecking order of intelligence degrees in this conversation.
Man, shut your ass up.
But football and offense, I got multiple PhDs. So now that guy is in your offense. And he also plays inside as well. He doesn't just play outside, he goes inside. Now, he has to take two guys. Now we have, how many players do we have left, Chris, in the secondary? If he's taking two, because he's top two, top three, basically number one, depending on who you're talking to, in your secondary.
You got 3 left.
Oh, you playing a 4-2-5?
I might have to, it seems like.
Well, that makes it very interesting to me because last I checked, they have a Pro Bowl, not only a Pro Bowl, but an all-pro tight end who's really good. I mean, not really good, but like.
He's really good.
When you think about the tight ends in the league,
he's up there.
How many do you name before you name Darrell Waller's name, Baze?
He's top 3, arguably 2.
Now, does he get double
Arguably
coverage?
2.
Was he getting double coverage last year? Because he was clearly the best wide receiver on that team last year.
Right.
So now you've already got the Kansas City principle because that's how Kansas City was guarded.
Right.
That you had to bracket Tyreek because his speed, period.
Took the top off.
You have to put somebody on top of him because Tampa Bay said, all right, we'll try that. Tyreek Hill had 200 yards in the first quarter. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It is the greatest quarter I have ever seen, maybe in the history of the NFL. Nobody's ever done anything like that in the history of football. This dude had 200 yards in the first quarter. You know how I know? I think I might have been playing Nick Haney that week, and he just smoked me. I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. He had 7 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. In a quarter, he finished with 244 yards receiving. He could have literally caught 500, 600. They could have set a record if Andy Reid really wanted to keep Tyreek Hill in Kansas City. I think that's why Tyreek left. He's like, dude, I could have broken every record. They were not going, and they didn't switch till later. No. And it's like, dude, it's still double coverage. It's still me. So now you also had this guy in the slot who's like the Wes Welker of his time, like the little engine that could.
Just 40 years older.
Great college careers, not getting the respect. And, I mentioned earlier in the podcast that he had as many touchdowns as Travis Kelce, right? Who do you think caught more balls, had more receptions, Travis Kelce or Hunter Renfrow?
I'm say Hunter.
Good, that's a good choice. What about you, Baze? What do you think? I'd lean towards what Chris said. I already gave the answer away.
I was like, you done gave the answer away.
Yeah. Travis Kelce caught 99 passes, which is sensational by any number.
Right.
Hunter Renfrow had 103 receptions and made the Pro Bowl in the AFC. So him and Travis Kelce were teammates. So now here's a quarterback who would have won the MVP had he not broken his leg that year. And the last time he had somebody that bona fide on the outside, that guy ended up moving on to Dallas. So we've seen what Derek Carr can do when he has the legit number one outside because it makes everything easy for a quarterback. Why do you think Tom Brady has been so great like numbers-wise, his numbers have been so dumb in Tampa. You know why? Because you can't double cover everybody. Which at some point you got to play a zone. And you play a zone, Derek Carr's been in this league long enough. That's why you need to be bullish. Now, defensively, who's the best team in the conference? I mean, in the division. On paper, it's without a doubt the LA Chargers. It's not even close. They are that good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what can keep them having to play them home and away. But the beauty of that is they're both like road stadiums. I should have texted my boy. I should have texted Bonner because, you know, he's got season tickets just to get a quote about what the atmosphere is like. I've been to a Chargers game. The Steeler fans were louder than the Chargers fans in there. When me and Callie went down last year, I was like, yo, this is not even home field advantage. It's just the greatest sports facility I've ever seen in my life. I also recommend, Bays, that you head down there at some point and watch your Raiders play. So that was long-winded just to say that I'm with you guys. I agree with Bays' premise of the division is tough, but I feel like offensively, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I'm picking the Chargers to win this thing. The Chargers like
It kind of seems that way.
Like I've already jumped on the Chargers bandwagon to win this division because the Chargers are the only ones that can touch them because they have similar things. Mike Williams can take the top off. Keenan Allen, top 10. Who you talking to? Austin Eckler, phenomenal running back. Phenomenal. Just strong as shit for no reason.
So let me hop in.
How are you that strong? I don't get it.
Low man complex.
You and him got the same neck, Chris. He 5'8".
So whereas I said the NFC East on the last show is like Las Vegas at 3 a.m. This version of the AFC West is like Brad Pitt's Fight Club. Like it can go down anywhere at any time, any game. Like it like there is no easy week. Like there is no, and I know we're gonna get to the Jets and all that, my teams and all that later, but like there's no Jets. There's no Carolina Panthers. Like there's not a week where you can look and it's like, all right, we can chill a little bit this week. This team's trash.
Not in their division.
No, like it's come to the point where it's like, all right, dude, we gotta play all of them twice. All right, strap it up. Like you don't know what's going to happen, and which is the beauty of football, mind you, which is why it's God's sport, which is why I love it. Like, but it's beautiful in the sense that, yeah, you could see the Raiders winning it, but you could see, I keep calling them San Diego, I'm sorry. You could see Los Angeles winning it. And they do got dangerous over there in Denver, and that gives you a puncher's chance. But Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Like, nobody can really, which kind of kills the show, nobody can argue really against anybody. Like, who's ever first could end up being last, and you could just look at the division and see, all right, okay, well, that's how. Damn, they won 9 games and they were still fourth in their division. Oh, okay, so they split with everybody. They just won their okay. Like it makes it hard to argue this because everybody on paper and from what you know about the stars and the role players on those teams, everybody looks good. Everybody's caught up with Kansas City, seemingly. So it's hard to argue this.
CT, let me pose this to Bays and let him jump back in here before we get to give me a minute.
Yeah.
I ran long. I apologize. I got long-winded as fuck. I'm sorry about that, guys. Bays, let me pose this to you. Is this something that he said? And I want you to give me your honest opinion of this, just being a champion yourself. We keep bringing up Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes' career, Patrick, I'm sorry. You know what? You and I will just do a one-on-one, what's good American. I'll give you a minute. I'll leave these two jamokes, you know what I'm saying, off. But, Baze, I want to pose this to you, and then Chris can come in after that. We've only known Patrick Mahomes in one framework, and that's because he's always had 10. He's always had 10.
Mhm.
And 10 makes your job easy. Now, they've put up stats that have shown that when 10's not there, oh, yeah, he still does these things and he does that. But it's easy to do that when you know, well, I'm going to get 10 back.
Mhm.
So, how good is he really when he has, like what I feel like Derek Carr has, a one of one? Because that's what Tyreek Hill is. He's a one of one. There's nothing like him. We may never see anything like him again. Is it fair to say that we have to, and I have respect for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, trust me, I think about it all the time when I look at my quarterback right now. Could have been Patrick Mahomes. And I think he would have been good no matter what. But how is the mindset when you realize, like, I've always had this the entire time, and then I'm expected to be this guy? How much better or worse can he really be?
Still got Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid is a dog when it comes to that offensive game. Andy Reid done won with a lot of quarterbacks. And Patrick Mahomes is arguably the most talented one he's had. Arguably.
Facts.
So it's not going to look the same, but we got to put some respect on Juju Schuster's name. He was a damn good receiver. He's got two receivers now that can pull the top off. Hardman and the kid from Green Bay. They Blazers. Now, in terms of who's working in the middle, that's still going to be Kelsey. So it's going to look different. But when you got Andy Reid and that talent, and he's got two viable running backs too, I feel like I can bet on Andy Reid. He's going to cook something up. So no, it's going to be different. As long as he's not pressing. If Andy Reid cooks it up and puts the pieces together, which he will, I think they'll still put up some points. It's not going to be, I don't know if it's going to be as explosive in that home run hitter as McCall, because Hardman is not that. So don't try to make him into Tyreek. He's not that. And Marquez, he's not that as well. But you already know, when you got somebody that can blaze, and then Juju, he can work the middle routes. He's a damn good receiver. I don't know. I'm just saying. You gotta wait. Let's wait and see how it all plays out. I just feel as though Andy Reid is a damn good. He's an orchestrator of offense. He's always been that. He's gonna cook something up for their skill set. So I don't know if I would just count them out or discount them from Super Bowl contention. Yeah, I can see that without Tyreek Hill. But in terms of them being a true contender, I think they are still that. From an offensive standpoint, defensively, they've always had kind of like,
patchwork.
Patchwork. So that's where they're going to be the most vulnerable, as they were. But I think their offense was so good, it helped their defense. They had some good players in terms of defense. I think losing my man Mathis back there is going to be very key. Now, I don't think that he is what he was when they won that Super Bowl, but he was still a very dynamic player. He
knows where to be. Like, he knows where to be on the field.
Yeah, he has a knack for the ball. He's one of those generational talents where as long as he's on the field, he's going to make something happen. It's a matter of you not being stubborn and crafting your defense to let his natural talent show. So I think, defensively is where they're going to have the biggest struggles. But the most balanced teams are the Chargers and the Raiders. So,
I got nothing to follow that. Like, I agree with all that 100%. Like, it's going to be a street fight every game. Like, no matter who they play, like it's going to be a dog fight no matter what.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds like a good time to lead in to give me a minute. I mean, shit.
it is.
What you got? You got
I'll
something?
save my no. Give me a minute's good. Give me a minute's good.
All right.
Beautiful. I love this. This was a good talk. I definitely enjoyed this. Definitely enjoyed this. You know, you can tell I enjoyed it because I got way more drink from the second round.
It is now time for the Peabody Award-winning, Grammy Award-winning, Tony Award-winning segment of What's Good America, which is entitled Give Me a Minute. So America, old sponsor, we still fuck with you.
Them sips big to them up.
Oh, I'm playing golf in the morning, bro. I just decided, right?
I love it. I love it.
Like I'm going to play golf and then call in work and just say, hey, I got a meeting or whatever. So anyway, America, give me a minute.
How you gonna tell what you gonna do?
Bro, I'm a diversity hire. They can't fire me.
Oh my goodness.
Knock on wood. All right.
See, so, knock on wood. Okay. Yeah.
Fire my black ass real quick. So I like this, man. Like I'm excited about football. Like it's like, granted, I'm not playing. Like I throw a flag football game here and every now and then, but like this division, like it gets me excited about football. Now, when we get to talking about the Dolphins, that'll be something else. But like I'm excited, like to see a pure defense in Los Angeles go against what should be a juggernaut offense in Las Vegas, and what could be and what probably still is a juggernaut offense in Kansas City, going against one of the most underrated quarterbacks of our time that can turn charcoal into a diamond. Like you're going against, and this is all in the same division. Like this is going to be week in, week out. You have a young quarterback in Herbert who should have been a Dolphins quarterback. We'll talk about that another time. But you got a young quarterback in Herbert who honestly ain't scared of any of it. Like he's there for it. You got Carr who has something to prove. You got Danger Russ who is still Danger Russ. And you have Patrick who's trying to prove that I don't need 10. Like I helped him as much as he helped me. Like you got 4 quarterbacks in the same division who all have something to prove, and that's going to make for barring injury, that's going to make for fantastic football, and I'm here for it. America, it's football season, you son of a bitch. Let's get ready. Spend my minute.
Pretty good. Your call, Raiders fan. You want to close it out, or you like just being right in the middle to see what crazy shit I'm going to say? I've got some thoughts.
America, give me a minute. As the true-blooded Raiders fan here, the Las Vegas move is still weird getting used to. I'm gonna need some more time. I mean, in my heart.
All right.
In my heart. You all right?
Dude, hey, that cock and bull, boy. I'm telling you, you put that ginger beer in there, boy. That getting all up in my. Woo! Excuse me. Continue, Ace. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in my heart, we are Oakland. Oh man, we are at the Yay area. So I'm getting used to it. I don't know what to say about my beloved Raiders. I was a little bit taken off when we hired Chucky and gave him that ridiculous contract. But I'm glad the football gods, got him up out the paint.
Thank you, John Madden.
So shout out to the football gods. But I will say this: he did get the team in a position to do some things that's going to overall help the team. So I don't know. I guess I'll give him credit with what he did as a GM and structuring things and getting rid of some big contracts and all of that good stuff and getting some players in on the squad. But yeah, so yeah, wait and see. Let's see, America, what these Raiders are going to do. Don't let me down again, Raiders. Don't let me down. America, that's been my minute.
Turned into an Adele song at the end.
Yeah,
Don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
Man, I mean, just what a canvas to build off of those give me minutes. Boy, I tell you, you talk about a minute. This is gonna be the blackest minute.
Oh my God.
So America, as I cannot handle the ginger in this beer. Give me a minute. Well, this is what I was looking forward to, America, as I just spit all over my keyboard. Was talking about this team and talking about being bullish. I went to a certain level with Philadelphia because at the end of the day, there's just things I feel about that I don't feel about this team. And I want to correct some things and put some numbers in the heads of very smart people. And this is how I feel about Kansas City's receiver situation. Do I think that, yes, that they were able to add some things to help them? I do agree. But when we talk about Juju Smith-Schuster, who I have a lot of respect for and believe is legit, I need to summon certain numbers. His rookie season, in the 7 games he started, 58 catches for 920 yards, 97-yard touchdown, 7 touchdowns. Hell of a season for a rookie. The season that Juju Smith-Schuster made the Pro Bowl, 111 catches, 1,430 yards, 7 touchdowns, 97-yard touchdown. Unbelievable season. The season after that, Juju Smith-Schuster, 42 catches, 552 yards, 3 touchdowns. The season after that, 97 catches, 831 yards, 9 touchdowns. Love the 9 number. Those first 2 years where the yardage was high, Juju Smith-Schuster had a certain teammate. What was his name? Defensive lineman.
Antonio Psychopath Brown.
And then Juju Smith-Schuster was out of there. So that's that response about being excited about Juju, which I am. I think it'll work. I think he's going to have high touchdown numbers. But you know how you make Pro Bowls and you become definitive guys? You become the exo facto number one of number ones. And this is how it's done. You put up these type of numbers in double coverage. When you start 14 games, when you start 15 games for the first time, you know what? 75 for 9, 97, 12 tugs. It's all good. If you come in the next year, you play 14, similar numbers, 74, 885, 10 tugs. Like you're figuring it out, you're getting there, but now you're the guy. 111 for just under 1,413. You get hurt. You only play 12 games. You have 83 for just under 1,000, 5 tugs. And then you come the year after that, you only play 14 games, but you go 115 for 1,375 and 18 tugs. And you have triple teams the entire year because there's nobody next to you. You go 123 for 1,560 and 11. You give any quarterback a guy that's averaging 1,100 yards and 110 catches, something that he's only had for a year or 2 of his career and hasn't had it since, it's a problem. And this is where I say the dumbest thing, where I'm either going to be just absolutely brilliant and I'll turn my back to Mike Bazemore because he's a fan. But I'm going to go ahead and put this out here, this disclaimer right now. This is how serious I am about it. Derek Carr will finish in the top 3 voting of the MVP. my men.
You made that a roundabout detour to say that.
All I need to do, babes, is slam against you all around there, not think about what I said, and then bam, I drop it on you. You're like, I could have went longer. I could have. But
yeah, Tua gonna ruin that boy numbers. My bad. I don't mean to trigger you, Turner, but Tua gonna ruin that boy numbers.
Oh, I agree. I'm not triggered. I agree.
Oh, wait a minute. We are doing a Miami show. Are you saying you'd like to be on the Miami show?
I agree.
Would you like to be on the Miami show? Like Bazemore?
Sure. I got some ammo for that. I can find
Well, ain't no ammo.
Miami
You're gonna watch me complain for an hour. That's all it is.
Because the Miami show is on the way. But let it be known, Derek Carr at worst will finish third in the MVP vote.
Quick question, real quick.
Damn near win it.
Quick question. And then I should have asked it on the last one, but I asked you on this one. Yes or no? Do you think Jalen thinks about Tua's numbers? Like, yo, I got to beat Tua's numbers.
Every time.
Base?
No. He wants to win more. He wants to just win. Honestly, I don't think he wants to beat his numbers. He just wants to win.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're truly great if you can't think about both. Once you learn how to do both, trust me, in 2009, I wasn't really worried about being an MVP anymore, but I still wanted to lead the league in touchdowns and win a championship.
That's two different questions. He would ask if he's thinking about Tua. I don't think he's thinking about Tua's numbers. I think he wants to win.
I was thinking about Clinton Solomon's numbers in 2009.
But Clinton Solomon is not comparable to Tua. He's one of the better receivers in our league. Tua is not one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, but that's
That
is two different arguments.
I think greatness is always chasing those. 2007, I was chasing Robert Reed. 2008, everybody was chasing me.
So
are you indirectly calling Tua great?
Exactly. So by your comparison, Jalen Hurts is not chasing Tua. He's chasing the Tom Brady's. He's chasing the Aaron Rodgers. He's chasing the Patrick Mahomes. That's who he's chasing. He's not chasing Tua. He's not chasing Tua.
I'm just looking forward to our Miami conversation.
It just got real. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us on the podcast this evening. Thank you, Director Bazemore. As always, we look forward to seeing you on the Miami show. As a matter of fact, I might have to bring Joe, because Joe's a Dolphin fan, and have somebody have my back and wipe my damn tears for what's about to happen.
So you're a Dolphins fan and a Jaguars fan?
Man, fuck the Jaguars. Ain't nobody no goddamn Jag.
My bad.
Hey, Baze, you just triggered a Mama Sharon gonna get on him for that little bit right there. If she listens to Spotify, she's gonna be
real quick. Real quick, because I know I'm gonna have to tell it again. I was 11 or 12 when the Jaguars showed up in Jacksonville. And you got to think, when the Jaguars showed up in 95, that was when the God himself, Daniel Constantine Marino, was in his prime. We had endless all-pro receivers at that time. We had the greatest coach at that time who had a fuck up for a son who I ended up playing for. Anyway, so
Mike Shula will never be on the show.
At that time, the Miami Dolphins were it. Like, the Buccaneers were still in those creamsicle uniforms and they were terrible. Nothing was in Jacksonville. So the closest team, you're either a Dolphins fan or you're like a Saints or Atlanta fan, or you just went to the Cowboys. That was it.
Hey, real talk though, real talk. Those uniforms were never that terrible. That shit.
They really weren't. They really weren't. Anyway, all right, that's just all. That's just all another show.
That creamsicle with the white pants on the bottom, with the white helmets. Okay, I'm done.
Big shouts out to Baze for joining us this evening. I hope he does have time to join us on the Miami show. Shouts out to 9 Round Fitness, Rebel Coffee, Screwball, Root Out Whiskey. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Hit us up. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it as ignorantly as we possibly can. But as far as tonight goes, we're gonna end it with the same question that I ask all the time, Walt. And what is that? I guess it's Bays because it's Bays' show again.
Yeah, I gotta pass it to him again.
So, Bays, what is that question?
What's good, America?
What's good, America?
What's good, America?